Douglas, 27.
I don't know, I just like interrogation. So, where do you go to uni and what's your course?
The USW, Atrium, I study film. What I want it to be, nah. What I imagine it'll be, yeah, I do imagine that's what I'll do, because obviously I'm doing an arts course and it's very hard to get into an arts degree, so chances are I'll probably end up going with my plan B. It's a solid job, it's consistent, you know, and I can get paid for it. And you can live off that wage, but no, that's not what I want to do. I'm a chef in the Celtic Manor in Newport. I mean, I've taken the last week off work because the uni's been mad. But when I'm, you know, if I'm working evenings, so I'll be in uni 3 days a week, and 5 evenings of the week I'll be working. I haven't really got time for a social life. There's not really enough time for all 3 of them. I have to pick one, unless I socialise in uni or unless I socialise at work. I find it really hard because I get home nearly midnight, everyone's in bed. What can you do? You can't go out. Uni stuff does carry on to my work stuff because I guess I care about my uni and it's on my mind a lot. I'm always thinking about ideas or whatever it is I've been doing that day. But now with work, I can go in, I can do my job, I can get it done, and I leave and I go home and that's it. Unless I've had a fight in work with someone, you know, it's a stressful job being a chef. It's really, you know, it's a high ante, you know, and it's really hot and stressful. So yeah, sometimes I can go home in a bad mood, but I'll just wipe it off then when I get home, have a cup of tea and a shower, and I'm alright. But yeah, uni, the thoughts of uni normally carry on to work, but not vice versa. During term time, I'll do about 20 hours a week. Full time, when I'm not in uni, I'll be doing like 40 to 70 hours a week, whatever I want, you know. And we do 3 days of official days, but I mean, my uni work takes up 7 days a week. Most of it's independent learning, so I have to we get Tuesdays, Wednesdays off of class, but I'm off doing the stuff for all 3 of my classes, and then my weekend, yes, you know, work normally takes it up, but you know, then I'm working on my uni stuff, so I really get 3 days of official classes, but 7 days a week I'm doing uni. Well, I wish it counts myself, because to be honest, right, the only real time, I mean, my housemates complain about it, I go in the shower for about 45 minutes every time. That's my time. Like, that's it. As soon as I get in from work, go in the shower, have a really nice shower, and I'll stand there. I'll wash myself in 10 minutes, but I'll spend ages just standing there, because this is my time, and I'm just relaxing. And when I'm not in the shower, I'm in my room doing uni work, or I'm going to sleep ready to go to work the next day, or... Yeah, so about 45 minutes a day to myself. Not long ago, I would have said no, actually, but no, it's getting better. I think I do. I think I've got some friends who understand, and for the first time in my life, actually, like, talking to my family properly. We understand each other now. I mean, I never really got on with them, so I didn't really have that as a support system. So yeah, I would say so. My friends are very helpful, but that's about it, really. I don't think they are aware, because I don't think it's really any of their business. I think their job is to turn up and teach us lessons, you know. I don't think they are aware, but I do think they care. I think they do care. They have a duty of care. They're paid a lot of money to care, you know. They're paid a lot of money to give us information, but yeah, they do have a duty of care. I mean, as much as we're adults now, people who are 18, I mean, okay, I am a bit older, but, you know, most people are adults now. We're still very young, you know, we still need a lot of help and we need a lot of guidance, and I think as much as they are there to give us information and facts about our course, they're there to help us grow as people, so I do think they care. But no, I don't think they're aware at all. I think they have their own lives, to be honest. They come in, they do their lesson, they go home and worry about their stuff. They're not worrying about me. You know, much like I go home, I don't worry about their life. I bet they have their own stresses. So I think they care, but no, I don't think they're aware now. But yeah, my last relationship really got in the way. She had a kid. You know, there wasn't a lot she could do about it, and I was finishing late, and I'd come in and I'd be stinking of fish or whatever it is I'd been cooking that day, and I'd have to have a wash and eat food, and by that time I'm wide awake and she's already asleep, and it really got in the way quite a lot. It's kind of going to autopilot, and when I go to work, all I'm thinking is money, money, money. I need rent, I need to pay bills, I need to eat, I need to pay my car insurance, which is extortionate. That's what I'm thinking. But no, it hasn't made me prioritise anything apart from paying. Yeah, I think I was a freelance actor for a few years. You know, and that wasn't salaried, that wasn't consistent pay, that was just if you get the job, you're lucky, and even sometimes they don't pay, but yeah, a lot of the time they did. I didn't normally take unpaid jobs. But yeah, no, I did acting for about 3 years, that was freelance. Yeah, I want to make a film company. That's what I want to make. I mean, I want to be in a position where I hire people and bring them in to perform my work rather than, you know, begging for a job. That's why I'm not an actor anymore. That's why I'm a filmmaker. I'm not like, oh, please give me a job, please, sir. Like, no, I don't want to be like that. You know, I want to create my own work. That's what I want to do. Kind of. I find all that job overwhelming, and it's definitely not something. It's not a passion of mine at all. So it's definitely not something I'm planning to stick to. But it's just something I'm used to. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. That's the way I see it. But I'm just worried of getting stuck in that rut. Then I'm gonna get stuck in that rut, and when you get stuck in it too much, and my only experience then is working with food. I can't go from a job as a chef and hand in a CV to, you know, a hospital or you know, an accounting firm. I can't do that. So I'm pretty much stuck on that path then, you know. And it's not what I want to follow. I mean, hopefully I'll be making films. I'm going to send films off to film festivals and hopefully find, you know, funders and backers, and I can make another one and maybe, you know, start my own company and start doing that. That's my plan A. But as I said, you know, I do have a plan B. And plan Bs are always more likely, otherwise we wouldn't have them. So possibly I'll just be chef for the rest of my life, but no, I'm hoping I'll be making films. You know, working for a company, maybe perhaps the BBC. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. I'm working at it. I'm getting there. I still struggle. I have panic attacks quite regularly, and suffer from anxiety, and I wouldn't quite say insomnia, but well, in the past 3 days I've had 7 hours sleep, so perhaps you could call that a type of insomnia. I've had depression since I was 15, and yeah, I can't remember. I don't know what healthy is, so I don't really know. This is all I've known. So to me, it just feels normal now. To me, like the way I feel, like having panic attacks, that is healthy because at least I'm alive. At least I'm breathing. I mean, some people have it way worse. I mean, luckily I'm not working. I'm not working tonight. I've just gone and done a full day in uni. You know, I've had like 4 meetings and 4 hours of lectures. And normally I'd have to go to work now, and oh god, there's no gap, and I'd have to drive straight from my one stress up to another stress and work for hours, and when I get to this other stress in my other job, they don't understand that I've been doing a full day in uni, so they think you've only been here for 2 hours, and I'm like, no I haven't, I've been up since 8 AM, you know, I'm mad. So yeah, it really does, definitely add stress. I mean, going to uni actually, I didn't even apply to uni until I was 25, so I started going when I was 26, which is a bit later than usual. And that was me trying to secure something for my future. I knew I was heading down this chef route, and I don't want to go that way. I don't want to do it. I mean, it's a good job. The Celtic Man is a great place to work. It's really posh food. It's really like a quality place to work, but it's just not. It's not what I want to do. So I decided to go to uni. That's what I'm trying to do now to secure myself for the future. I'm trying to save. I'm trying to put savings aside, but when you're a driver, you don't really get savings because as soon as you get to a certain amount, your savings are gone, and I have to drive to get to my job, to pay for my car, to pay for my rent, you know. So I'm trying everything I can to secure it, but my life isn't looking very secure at the moment. You have to have a thick skin to be a chef. You're working with men. You know what I mean? There's no room for emotion, and actually being an artist, I'm very emotional. I'm a hyper emotional person. So it has made me have a bit of a tougher skin, I guess, maybe not take things so personally, because chefs will shout at you, they will. And afterwards, you know, you go out for a cigarette and a beer and it's all fine, it's all cool, it's just the heat of the moment. But yeah, it's definitely helped me grow actually. I don't regret doing it because I've learned loads of valuable skills, you know, and cooking's a great skill to have. I'm good at working under pressure, I'm good at, you know, working in high volumes. I mean, I serve 600 people on my own sometimes, you know, and that's just how it is, and you have to do it to a 5-star standard, and, you know, it's definitely given me loads of skills. Yeah. It was only 2, though. I was working in a library at the same time as chefing, but the libraries would close around about 5, I'd have a half an hour break, then I'd have to go to my other job at 5:30, and then work there till 11, and it was good money, but, what good is the money if you can't spend it, and, what good is the money is when you get a day off, you just want to lie in bed, you know, lie in bed and wait till the next day you go and do a full day, you know. Yeah, it was pretty awful. I never felt insecure around my peers. I don't get jealous. I'm very supportive of people. In fact, when you see someone succeeding, that's not a negative on you because you can learn from them. You can grow from them. So no, I never get jealous of someone else's success. I'm feeding people and that's great, but I'm not changing the world. People come in for a meal and I give them the meal and I go home. I'm not doing anything groundbreaking. There's progression. I mean, if you're talking about when I started this type of work, I started off washing dishes, like years and years ago now, like over a decade. Whoa, over a decade ago. Oh God, I feel old. I started washing dishes, and I remember the first time someone asked me to like put chips in the fryer for them. And I was like, "Whoa, I got fried chips! Wow!" And then they let me scoop their ice cream, like, "Whoa!" But now I've kind of progressed through, through commis chef to chef de partie to a chef de partie in quite a high-end restaurant, and now I'm making anything. So yeah, I think there's a lot of progression. I felt quite good about that bit, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, if they have vision and motivation, as long as you have a passion for something and a good idea, anyone can do it. But the passion is the thing. Because what good is having a good idea if you're just gonna sit on it? I mean, there's a million bedroom geniuses out there. Everyone's a bedroom genius. They can sit in their room and have this amazing idea, and I got this and that. But if you don't do anything about it, if you're not motivated or passionate enough to actually do something about it, then no, they'll never make it. But I think everyone is capable of it, as long as they've got passion and an idea, or motivation, and you're really passionate about it. But as soon as you hit that first hurdle, as soon as you get to that first bump, most people quit. That's when the quitting happens. And I think it's harder to maintain it. But again, we go back to that, the passion and the idea. You can have the idea, but if you haven't got the passion, you'll forget that hurdle. You'll just turn around and go the other way and go an easier route. But yeah, if you could just get past that hurdle, most people don't. Most people would give up. But if you get past that hurdle, I think you can do great things. Some people are very snobby about salaries. Some people would look at like freelance work and you wouldn't get paid as much because it's for independent or whatever. You might not get a huge amount of money, and some people might put a bad stigma on that. But no, I don't, because I think it's experience. I don't see a stigma about it. I think any sort of experience is good experience, and it's the way. For me, it's the way to do it. You're not just going to get offered a job. You've got to go out and do stuff. You've got to freelance. You've got to put yourself out there, or you'll never get there. Really.
Fine.
Oh no, it's the only decision. It wasn't even I didn't have a choice. Student loan isn't enough. It will pay for your rent and your bills, but after that you're left with next to nothing. So if you want to have a life, if you want to eat, and healthy food is expensive, and I don't like to eat bad food, I like to eat good food, and I cook it all myself, so it's still on a budget, and I eat a lot of baked beans, which are 33 pence in Tesco, and yet I still struggle to really budget, so it's not even an option for me. I don't have a choice, I gotta work. You have to. Filmmaker. I want to be an artist. Forget that. I want to be an artist. I want to just express myself. I don't want to get paid for it. I don't even think it's got nothing to do with fame. I don't even think I'd like being famous. I think I like my privacy. I'm quite an introverted person, so I don't think I'd really deal with that very well. But I do want success, and success to me is just doing, like we talked about, doing our hobbies, but getting paid for it. That's my aspiration.